Here we go with extra time. Business end of the season, isn't it, gents? Trophies getting handed out. Coppa Italia today. Dutch league title.
Yeah.
It was big news.
It's good to see Ajax got changed and got into their proper strip to receive the award.
Indeed. How important is it, asked Kartik, to have a trophy at the end of the season? If you'd slogged your way through a long season, and you're sitting there in Torremolinos at the end of the
everybody wants a trophy. Everybody wants a trophy.
Well, this is the man to ask the question to. He won how many trophies?
A lot.
Right.
A lot. So he's the man to ask.
So then what did it feel like if you were sat at the end of the year and you didn't have a trophy?
No, that was
did it feel
devastating.
different? Yeah, so how, you know.
But then there's not... Listen, I was lucky that I played with a side that when I joined them were fantastic, and the teams before them were fantastic, and there was a bar that had been set that incredibly Liverpool teams kept a standard to for what, 25, 30 years.
So when you came second, or you didn't win anything, it was a massive...
It was a disaster.
Right.
It was a disaster. But that's not normal.
Yeah.
You know, normal is, can you win something? You know, for supporters and players and fans, everything.
So if Liverpool don't win the Champions League this year, they'll go to, where did you say, Torremolinos?
Torremolinos.
And they'll be very unhappy with themselves.
Well, yes, they will be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm assuming part of this is leading to the question of a Liverpool, if they don't win anything. But
It's still been a great season, isn't it?
It's still been a great season, but from a point of view of silverware, it's not been successful.
Yeah. I know you didn't lift as much silverware in your time, Stewart, but is there something to this? I mean, if you sat there as a player at the end of the year and you have won something you don't normally win, does it feel different?
I'm sure. Yeah, if you've won something,
even just a League Cup.
Yeah, some clubs will be very happy with that.
Yeah.
If you're expected to win and you don't win, I think the disappointment's even greater.
Do you know actually the answer to this question is it's all relevant where you are and what's expected.
What the expectations were, yeah.
Listen, I played the third round, as I've told you before, for the first time ever of the FA Cup for non-league Doncaster, and we won. And I'll tell you what, it was absolutely fantastic. We had about 300 supporters with us. Everybody was on the field.
Yeah.
We were all hugging each other. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that was success to us.
Right. Well, what about a guy upon whom there may be some pressure to win a trophy? What do you guys think about the rumours of Maurizio Sarri getting the sack, even if Chelsea win the Europa League final, and then, apparently Frank Lampard is going to take over, says Hussein.
I liked Sarri at Napoli. I thought his style of football was excellent. I thought he got his tactics right. They played wonderful football. They looked as though they were threatening. He didn't get it right at Chelsea. He made one or two, I think, strange decisions. He was stubborn with the way he wanted to play. When things weren't quite going right, he carried on doing the same things over and over again. But they've finished the season quite well. And if he comes third and he wins the Europa League, I think he's got every right to be in the job next season.
So what about these rumours he's going to go regardless what happens?
I don't believe any of them. Listen, if you listen to what he's been saying recently, he's been talking about they've reached their goals, which makes me think that the goal was clearly to try and win something, but
They still might win something.
Champions League. You need to get us in the Champions League.
Whether he goes or stays, you touched on this in the show, Frank Lampard, obviously a good day for him with Derby County. They've reached the Championship playoff final. Does he have the makings of...
I'm sure he does.
A manager that could...
He's a great student of the game. I knew Frank Lampard when he was very young. His dad
pushed school for that.
His dad pushed him and pushed him and pushed him. He was always thinking about football.
Yeah.
He's a good student of the game. He talks very well when he's been on TV. I think he's done a good coaching job so far at Derby County, a decent one. But I think he needs another couple more years to prove himself before he takes the big job like Chelsea.
He's been sensible, hasn't he? He started at the right sort of level, a Championship team with Premier League ambitions, but...
Yeah, he's been smart that he's starting where he has a chance.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the one thing that I hear when I talk to former players who want to be coaches. The first job was a hiding to nothing.
Yeah.
They basically had no chance.
And you only get one chance.
And you only get one chance, yeah. So when you start horribly or it all goes all wrong, you kind of get labelled. So he's picked wisely. He's got a chance. And he's got a great chance of putting them in the Premier League.
Against his old mate, John Terry, who's the coach at Aston Villa.
That will be something. They've only got 12 days to wait for that Championship playoff final at Wembley. You can see that on Plus, by the way. You can see the next edition of our show. Stewart will be back. Paul Mariner will be joining him. Ali Moreno on board as well. We'll see you then.